Stop throwing away your faded clothes. We've been lied to by the multi-billion-dollar detergent industry for decades. For over a century, a secret was buried in this 1905 household manual. A secret that keeps your clothes looking brand new forever using just one common kitchen ingredient: black pepper. This is Harper's Household Handbook. It says that 120 years ago, before we had fancy color protect chemicals, people used strong black pepper tea to lock dye into fabric. Today, we are putting this ancient forbidden hack to the ultimate 2026 science test. Does it actually work, or is it just an old wives' tale? Let's find out. I found this while researching DIY restoration and household chemistry. In the early 1900s, laundry was a literal science because they didn't have machines to do the heavy lifting. They understood mordants, substances that combine with a dye and fix it permanently into a material. Most modern detergents are designed to strip everything away, including the color, but back then, they used natural chemistry to fight back. The manual claims that soaking new linens in pepper tea before the first wash creates a microscopic shield. Today, we're not just testing it. We're going to analyze the molecular physics behind why this might actually be genius. To understand why our ancestors reached for the spice rack, we have to look at the chemistry of a mordant. In the textile world, a mordant is a substance that acts as a bridge between the fabric fiber and the dye molecule. Without it, the bond is weak, and every time you wash that shirt, the soap molecules literally grab the dye and pull it out into the water. This is why your dark clothes turn gray and your vibrant shirts look tired after just 3 washes. But black pepper contains something special: piperine and tannins. Piperine is the alkaloid that gives pepper its heat, but it's also a powerful natural fixative. When you create a concentrated tea, you are extracting these organic compounds into a liquid form that can penetrate deep into the cotton's cellular structure. We aren't just washing the surface. We are re-engineering the bond of the dye at a microscopic level. To make this experiment valid, we need the targets: 2 identical brand new charcoal gray shirts. One will be the control and one will be the pepper subject. We need our reagent: 100 grams of whole black peppercorns, freshly ground to release the essential oils and alkaloids. Finally, we need the catalyst: 5 liters of distilled boiling water, and our stress test: high alkaline industrial detergent for 10 consecutive washes. Step 1 is creating strong tea. We aren't just sprinkling it in, we are extracting the piperine. We let this simmer for 20 minutes until the water turns a deep dark amber color. The smell is intense, but the results, if the book is right, will be legendary. This decoction process is vital because the heat breaks down the peppercorn cell walls, allowing the tannins to bleed into the water. Tannins are the same stuff used in leather tanning to preserve organic tissue and make it resistant to decay, and in this case, resistant to fading. The manual says to well wet the fabric before washing. We are submerging the subject shirt into the dark tea for exactly 30 minutes. This allows the tannins and piperine to penetrate the pores of the cotton fibers before they ever touch harsh soap. We're essentially tanning the color into the fabric. As the machine spins, imagine the friction happening inside. Modern detergents use surfactants that are designed to be aggressive. They don't distinguish between a dirt stain and the actual black dye of your shirt. They just want to lift everything. This is where the ancient wisdom of Harper's Handbook comes in. The pepper treatment doesn't just protect color, it reinforces the fiber itself. By the 5th wash, you can usually see the fibrillation starting. That's the tiny microhairs of the cotton breaking and standing up, reflecting light and making the shirt look faded, even if the dye is still there. But the tannins in our pepper tea act like a glue, keeping those microfibers laid flat and smooth. Look at the edges. Look at the seams. This is insane. The control shirt has visibly lost its depth. It looks used and fuzzy. But the pepper shirt looks like it just came off the shelf. The difference isn't just the color, it's the texture. Ancient science actually held the fibers together. Why does it work? It's not magic. Black pepper contains tannins. Tannins are used in leather making to preserve organic tissue. On cotton, they bind to the dye molecules and the cellulose fibers, acting like a chemical bridge. When the detergent tries to pull the dye out, the tannin bridge holds it back. Plus, the pepper residue leaves a microscopic coating that prevents the fibrillation or fuzziness that makes clothes look old and cheap. We spend hundreds of dollars on specialized detergents, but the answer was sitting in our spice rack for over a century. The industry wants you to keep buying new clothes, but this 120 years old manual wants your clothes to last a lifetime. This experiment proves that sometimes the primitive way is actually the more advanced way. Harper's Household Handbook 1, Modern Industry 0. If you want to see me test the other crazy hacks in this book, like using mercury for cleaning or oxgall for rugs, hit that subscribe button and comment "Test More" below. This is just the beginning of our journey into forgotten household science. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next experiment.